You're boxed in. If you could think differently, you could get different results out in the world. If you could think differently. There's a book written called Think and Grow Rich. There's the law of attraction. Who's heard of the law of attraction? That's once again is all about thought. It's all about thinking differently. So if we can destroy limiting beliefs that hold us back, we can think differently, we can get new results. Next one, overcome irrational fears. Okay, we've got rational fears and we've got irrational fears. Are fears bad? No, fears are good. Fears actually keep you alive. Your brain is designed to keep you alive. It's designed for survival. That's why you're still here. So there's good fears that say, don't walk in front of that truck. Don't walk in front of that train. That's a good fear. Don't stay underwater for 10 minutes. That's a good fear. I don't think anyone here can hold their breath for 10 minutes. We've got good fears. Overcoming irrational fears are people have fears that aren't real. They think are real. They think the consequence will be so bad. However, these irrational fears we can get rid of. Fears of spiders, snakes.
Fears of clowns.
Fears of clowns.
Yeah. Clowns.
Isn't it true?
Scary.
Now, these are always rational. Some people will not go bushwalking because there's their fear of snakes. And so you think about these fears and say, how much of my fears limiting me from doing what I want to do in life? And it's these fears that will keep you stuck, stop you from achieving what you want in life. Replace laziness with unstoppable motivation. Who thinks they like some more of that in their life? Laziness is a big one, isn't it? It's just too hard. It's too difficult. Really? I've got to say affirmations for 2 years? That's ridiculous. It's just too hard. It's too much work. And so we can keep ourselves boxed in by simply being lazy. By simply saying, "Oh, let somebody else do it." And so somebody else goes and gets the reward. And you sit back there and watch them and say, "I could do that." I remember my brother used to watch boxing. And he'd go, "I could be him." My brother was not a boxer. He didn't go train every day at the boxing gym. But he would watch somebody on TV and say, "I could be him." We can say a lot of things. We can talk a good game. In fact, many people do talk a great game. But it's not the talk, it's the action. It's a poem that goes like that. It says, here it is. "I'd rather see a sermon than hear one any day. I'd rather one should walk with me than merely show the way. The eye's a better pupil, and more willing than the ear. Find counsel is confusing, but example's always clear. And the best of all good preachers are the men who live their creeds. For to see the good in action is what everybody needs. I can soon learn how to do it if you let me see it done. I can watch your hands in motion, but your tongue too fast may run. And the lectures you deliver may be very wise and true, but I'd rather learn my lesson by observing what you do. For I may misunderstand you and the high advice you give, but there's no misunderstanding how you act and how you live." A client of mine went along to see a man one time, and as she went in and sat down, and he told her that he would pray for her. He would only charge her $1,000, and he would pray for her for 2 hours every day. And he told her about all the miracles that happen in people's lives because he prays for them. And while he was explaining this to her, she said there was lights on the back wall like a Christmas tree. And as she's watching them, it's like putting her into this trance. Lights going up, lights going down, it's lights going up, lights going down. And she's sitting there and this mesmerised, this guy's talking about. And then suddenly the door was open. And he began shouting at his wife. In different language. Shouting at her. Like making all these crazy noises. Anyway, you saw the wife, she came in and said, "Oh, sorry. And shut the door. She'd obviously left the door open. But she thought about that and thought, would I really pay this guy to pray for me? Is he really a spiritual soul if that's the way he treats his partner? It's quite interesting. So I had a little laugh with her about that. It sounded really entertaining to have this guy saying he's going to pray for them. Has anyone ever heard of that before? Interesting. This guy, you can find him apparently, and he will pray for you, and you pay him money for him to pray for you. Wonderful. Perhaps some people don't have time to pray. I don't know. Get somebody else to do the work. Leverage your time, they say. Can you do the prayers for me, for my soul? I'll just give you the money. There you go. Praise it. Anyway, that's the life as we know. That's life as we know it. Okay. Next one, make a measurable change to one area of our life. Now, today and tomorrow we will be focused on relationships. But what are the other areas of our life that we could focus on? What else have we got? Emily? What's another area of your life? Finances. Big one. Finance is a big one. I've actually got a whole program on finances as well. But finances is a big one. What else?
Self-belief.
What is it?
Self-belief.
Self-belief. You could actually do a whole seminar. Actually, today's really big on self-belief. So this is what today's about. But yes, that's very good. What else? Career and finances. A lot of times they go together. Career and finances. Yep. Anyone else? Health. Your body. Looking after your body. Mental health as well as physical health. You look after both. Make sure that you're not stressed out of your mind. Some people live in that place of stress. Not good. What else? There's one more that nobody said, which is a big one.
Emotional.
Emotional is big, yes. That's very good. We want to take charge of our emotions. We'll be doing a lot of that today as well. What else? Any more? What is it? Relationships tomorrow.
That's something I want.
So relationships are a big area. Another one though is spirituality. Now this isn't spirituality as meaning going to church, but the way that we're using spirituality in this setting is purpose and direction in life. So if you're without purpose, if you're without direction in your life, then spirituality is a big one. Okay, it's important for us to know where we're heading. Okay, now it could include religion for you, or it may not. And it's up to you. This is not, AccessWorld Seminar doesn't teach any specific religion. However, I still will use information from all the good books. And is that okay with everyone? If there's a good book, if there's the Bible, if there's something else, and there's information that we can learn from, I'd say use it. Okay, so I believe in using whatever we've got, whatever truth is being taught, whatever the ancient books teach. Because, interestingly enough, when you talk about relationships, and you go to these great courses, if you take what they say and go back and look at some of the ancient records and the ancient books, you will find they're teaching the same thing. This stuff is timeless. It's not something new. You're not going to come here today and tomorrow and learn something that's absolutely, but not absolutely mind-blowing and new. You may have heard it before. It may be taught in a slightly different way, but we're not here to discover more information. What we're here to do today and tomorrow is to get application. It's to get you to do the work that changes your life. If you just think about it, you're in your head. But when you actually do it, that's why when we do that dancing, we get up and we actually dance. We can just think about dancing. We can do it all in our mind, but is that as powerful as getting the meat suit engaged? It's not. Actually doing it is far better than thinking about it. Alright, so one area of our life. So tomorrow we will be looking at relationships, I think, okay? And give you the tools to self-generate energy and build momentum. Who would like that? More tools to build energy in your body. So we'll talk about that. Yeah. And you just want that?
I'm agreeing with
Yes, agree. So you want that. Okay. So who thinks that if we got those things, that this would be a great training? Okay. What I want you to do now, yes?
No, I was just...
Oh, you guys agree?
Yes!
Okay. Yes! Okay, so this is another part of it. For full engagement, if you want to get the most out of the training, engage your body. Sit up straight, listen, get energy in your body while you're sitting there. Okay, if I ask a question and you agree, hands up and say yes. Now if you put your hand up and don't say anything, I'll think you're going to ask a question. But if you're agreeing with me, hand up and say yes. And then I'll know that you're just agreeing with me. And I don't care how loud you say it. Let's practice that. Ready? Does everyone agree with this?
Yes!
That's great. Would that lift the energy of the day?
Yes.
Yes!
Yes! So you fell into that one. Okay. Overview of the training. New life, old life. Who's got some things in their life they'd like to shift, change, rearrange, and move forward into?
Yes!
Okay. Accelerated learning techniques. Sounds good? Now, here's how we do it. Accelerated learning happens When we go into a trance-like state, that's one. That's why church is a good environment, because people go into a trance, and then the minister just begins shoving the information in. Okay, so church is good for that. School is good for that. In school, who's been bored out of their head at school? Who remembers those days? Yes! Who was bored in school? Okay, in school, a lot of times you go into a trance. Okay, so trance-like states are good for learning. They actually do help us learn. Other states that help us learn are childlike states. States of joy, states of energy, states where we've got emotion tied to learning or the experience. For example, who remembers the buildings 9/11 getting bombarded or hit by those aeroplanes? Who remembers that?
Yes.
Yeah? Before your time? Do you remember? You couldn't, could you? How old were you at the time? 2. Okay, so it wouldn't have been there. But everyone else, yeah, you can remember. Who can remember exactly what you were doing at the time when you first heard it?
Yes.
Yeah. But who can remember what they had for breakfast 2 weeks ago? If I picked a morning. You made it, yeah? If you do the same thing every day, that's easy. But if it's a different breakfast each time, then it's very difficult and you go, well, no. Unless there's some specific thing happens, you won't remember it. Because your brain doesn't distinguish it between all these other memories. And so your brain just catalogues it and stores it. But something that we tie extreme emotion to, you will remember for how long? Forever. Rob, do you remember your first Tony Robbins experience?
Absolutely.
Why?
Because it was profound. It was,
How much emotion did you feel during that experience?
Yeah, like 10 out of 10. Yeah.
Okay, so because you experience high emotionality, and you combine that with content of what you're learning, the grooves go deeper into your unconscious mind and you retain that information. Because your brain says, this is important. This is really important. Okay, you remember it. Now it can be a negative state, it can be pain or trauma, and the grooves go deep. Or it can be a joyful state, a state of absolute bliss, excitement. A state like that we remember. Okay, so when we look at accelerated learning techniques, what we're wanting to do is get ourselves into one trance, and we're probably doing that pretty good already. We're probably doing that already. Okay, a bit of trance. Okay, we're going to move some more. And as we move, I want you to use your body. I want you to, and I will explain later exactly what we're doing and exactly how the brain works. Okay, the 3 inhibitors to progress. What are they? There was a book written by Dennis Waitley. And Dennis Waitley said that there were 3 resistors, or 3 things that prevent us from getting mental effectiveness. They are fear, laziness, and the third one, which is way worse than either of those, is limited self-belief. So they're the 3. And that's really what today is all about. Okay, getting rid of the 3 major inhibitors to progress. Introduction to NLP, state elicitation. Who's heard of NLP? Who's done NLP?
I had a 4.5-hour session this year.
Wonderful. Excellent. So you've done NLP. Who else has done? Who has some background training? Tony Robbins himself did NLP courses when he first started out. Christopher Howard, another public speaker, did a lot of NLP. There's many. Brendan Burchard, a lot of them. There's a lot of foundational work done around NLP. NLP stands for Neuro-Linguistic Programming. It presupposes that your brain is like a computer. And that all we need to do with that computer is upgrade the software. So if we get rid of some of the negative or bad software in your brain and implant new software, then you'll get different results in your life. That's what NLP, that's the basics of it. Okay, we're just upgrading the software of the brain. And we do it linguistically, we do it through language, we do it through communication.